Today's review is yourdigestion.com.au, and what I wanted to do is first of all go over the things that I really like about your website. So first of all, your website is really clean. It's got white background. You've got great navigation, which is easy to follow, and with some drop-down menus. The colors and fonts throughout your website are also consistent, so that makes your website look professional. You have a number of calls to action throughout your website, so people can click on some of the slides and that take them somewhere else. You also have people encouraging people to buy your products. And finally, when we get down to the bottom of the page, you've got a couple more or 3 more calls to action down here. So that's really good. The other part that I really love about your website are your educational videos. You are such a natural in on video and very friendly, and you come across as very knowledgeable. So congratulations, those are amazing. Next thing that I wanted to mention, you have a pop-up on your homepage that happens, I think, a few seconds after people arrive. I've already looked on the website and I closed it, so it's not coming up for me at the moment. But that's really well done. Although I realized that you also have it here, so that will encourage people to leave their contact details. The next thing that I wanted to mention is your blog, which gets updated reasonably regularly. If you can do a few more than maybe 3 or 4 months, that would be ideal. And you also have, when I go to your contact page, you've got a number of ways that people can contact you, either by phone, via email, or they can fill out an online form. Ideally, if you could have street addresses here as well, that would be great. When I scroll down to the bottom of the page, you've got terms and conditions that so many websites are missing these days, and privacy policy. And these are particularly important since you do sell products online. And the other part is you've got an eWay verified logo, which gives people more, it gives you credibility and gives people more peace of mind. Now, your website has lots of great credibility and trust icons. And one of the ones that I really, really like is the Cooking with Pete Evans. And let me just go back to that. So if I click here, I can watch the video now. The only thing, I would probably remember the date, as that can potentially date your website. And I would definitely include the video on the home page. It goes to your credibility. It shows how gorgeous you are, how knowledgeable and how friendly you are. So I would move that video directly to the home page. And as I said, just remove the date. You also have an Australian domain name, so people automatically know you are located in Australia. You have calls to action throughout the website, so not just on the home page. Another great thing you've done are your frequently asked questions or common questions. That's also really good, because sometimes people have a question and they don't want to ask. And so if you can address any of their concerns ahead, that's always a good thing. And finally, you've got a tagline. As soon as people arrive on your website, they kind of know what you do. Now, for suggestions for improvement. Now, let's go back to the home page. And what I wanted to say, I'm usually a fan of slideshows. In your case, though, I think there's too much going on in the slideshow, and people may get overwhelmed, and they're probably not going to sit to the end of the slideshow. So I would probably only do 3 or 4 slides with key elements of your business. Forget the fact that you've got free shipping. I would include the free shipping with every product. I would also, as I said, I would include the video of you cooking with Pete Evans on the homepage because it is such a great segment, and it helps with your credibility. I also think that you should have your gorgeous photo on the homepage, a bigger photo than what you've got down below. So if you scroll down, I could see your photo, but I think because you are kind of the face of the business, I would have a much larger image of you here, and then perhaps have the video of you cooking with Pete down here. Now, when I scroll down and I go to going gluten-free, there's nothing, there's no products or anything like that. So if you don't have any products, I would just remove that from the home page because it doesn't make you look very professional. And I would also highlight some of your clients' pain points so they can automatically say, yes, this is for me. Perhaps outline some symptoms that your customers, your potential customers may be experiencing. Things like, I'm not sure, I'm just guessing here, but are you feeling bloated, or do you quickly run out of energy, or that sort of thing, just so that you can connect with them, and they can go, yes, this is for me, I want to know more. And I would include those above the fold, so at the top of your website. And then some of the things that you've got within the slideshow, I would include maybe images a little bit further down the page so that people can go to the appropriate areas of your website. For example, shop, services, testimonials, that sort of thing. Now, you seem to be missing a very important page, and that is a services page. Unless you have a website somewhere else in which you explain more about your services. But I went to your About Us page, and that's got a lot of really good information, but a lot of the time people won't go to the About Us page. And so as I scroll down, it talks about the fact that you're a speaker, it talks about the fact that you're a practitioner, but nowhere on the site does it say what services you offer. So I would encourage you to include services, as I said, unless you've got that information on another website. Also include what hours do you work, the addresses of where you practice, and how people can book to see you. Also, if people want to contact you to speak at their events, I would include all of that under a services page, or a workshops. If you do workshops, you could have a workshops page. I would include on your contact page, so even though you've got some really good information there, I would also include links to social media profiles. I know you do have them in your at the bottom in your footer, but sometimes people won't scroll that far. So again, include them here underneath all your other ways to contact you. Now let's go and let me just have a look. At the bottom of all your pages, I think you should have a social media sharing plugin. And this simply allows other people to share the content of your website. So you don't have to be a member of those social media networks. Only your visitors can, only your visitors need to be. And it's just a little bar that says share this, and it opens up their Facebook or their LinkedIn or whatever profiles, and they can just write a simple note and share it on their social media network. So they can potentially bring you quite a few visitors. I've noticed that you've got cost of shipping in the slideshow on the home page, but I believe you should have that with all of your products. So if I go to your products, for example, bundles here, it tells me how much the bundle is, but I don't know how much the shipping is. And I think that's quite important. And the other thing too I would suggest is that you tell people how long it's going to ship. Do you ship within 24 hours or 48 hours or within a week? So I would have that on each individual page. If the shopping is free, I would absolutely advertise it on every product page that you have. Looking at your logo, I don't think it really represents who you are or what your business is all about. So I would potentially consider redoing that, unless you've had a lot of printed material already made up with that. Because your logo is one of the first things that people see, and that connects you to your target audience. So I would potentially rethink the logo. One thing that I was thinking, you may wish to include case studies of people that you have helped and that your products have helped. That's a great credibility booster together with the testimonials that you have. I would also include a booking calendar so that people can book online to see you, unless again you have that on another website. And I would include, so you've got a blog, which is great, but I would also include a resources page. And finally, I would probably include a video gallery or a photo gallery which showcases all your speaking engagements and all your TV appearances. I know you have a videos page, but this would be kind of a mix of everything that you do in the media. Again, it adds to the credibility, and just call that page media probably, or photo gallery or video gallery. And one other thing I wanted to mention, on your products page, I would encourage you to put, so you've got your main product here, but also to put other products that you sell, because sometimes people go, oh, I don't need this, but I may need something else. Amazon does that really well, or fishpond.com.au. So have a look at at those websites just to get an inspiration. And one thing that you may want to include are some recipes. I noticed that under fermented foods, you've got a recipe, make recipe, but it's hidden. So I would have a section within the navigation bar and just provide different recipes, because that may also help to sell the products. So that's about all that I can share with you today. I hope you find it helpful. Please let me know if you've got any questions. But otherwise, really well done, Maria. You've done an excellent job getting your website as far as you have. And I think just a few tweaks and you can make it a lot more interactive. Thank you.